night on the South today, a salvage operation is underway in the deep south as crews try to retrieve a fishing boat from the mudflats. An Otago professor isn't letting an injured arm stop her playing table tennis, finding a solution in her own research. And Gore District councillors back an independent review to try and break a deadlock of dysfunction. Kia ora, good evening, I'm Hannah Wilkins. Residents in the coastal Southland town of Riverton have an added attraction keeping them entertained this week. A salvage operation is underway in the Jacobs River estuary as crews try to lift a sunken boat from the mudflats.
Rising from the depths of Southland's Otago River, this vessel, the Leanne, has been lying half submerged in the mudflats near Riverton for almost a month after suffering severe damage during a storm in late March. The boat was expected to be quickly salvaged from the estuary, but its difficult positioning, as well as insurance logistics, have kept it grounded until now.
We had two go down that day, so we got the other one out. We got it floated the same day, but this one was, the position of it was a bit more of a logistical nightmare. So yeah, hence it's taken so long to get the best for everybody concerned.
The 14-metre-long vessel was ripped from her mooring lines in strong winds on the 20th of March before colliding with the town's bridge, where she sustained severe damage. The Leanne was then swept under the bridge and grounded in the Jacobs River estuary. Harbour Master Ian Cord says fortunately no diesel or oil was spilled at the time, but the current state of the boat itself is unclear.
It's been underwater for nearly a month and the water will take its toll. It's a wooden boat. It could have, the caulking that they seal a wooden boat up with, it could be all gone, I don't know, until everybody, it's of interest to everybody.
And the boat's refloating certainly garnered local interest, Tuesday's salvage becoming a spectacle, with many local residents turning up on the waterside curious to see the operation firsthand. The salvage team had initially hoped to get the boat out of the water by Wednesday, but Harbour Master Lyndon Cleaver says difficulties in the water have meant the salvage operations now unlikely to be completed until Friday. In Riverton, the South today.
A truck driver was injured in Christchurch this morning after his vehicle carrying a heavy load flipped over while negotiating a turn. Westbound traffic was reduced to one lane on the busy Brom Street arterial route as emergency services worked to clear the scene.
The driver of this truck was taken to hospital with moderate injuries after his vehicle crashed in the Christchurch suburb of Waltham on Wednesday morning. Emergency services were called at around 10:30 a.m. after a truck transporting a large 20-tonne slab of prefabricated concrete toppled over. The accident happened at the busy intersection of Brom Street and Ensel's Road, but no other vehicles were involved. A witness told the South today they saw the truck turning into Brom Street when it tipped over with a heavy load, damaging an overhead traffic light in the incident. A heavy lift mobile crane was called in to help clear the road, with the busy arterial route reduced to one lane for most of the day. In Christchurch, the South today.
A lifelong injury caused by a badly broken arm gave an Otago University neuroscientist the motivation to find a way of returning to the sport she loves. Professor Liz Franz used her years of research to switch her dominant hand, proving old dogs can learn new tricks.
Putting in the reps as Professor Liz Franz continues to improve her form on her new dominant hand. She found herself in hospital 4 years ago with internal injuries and a broken arm after falling in a river, and says all she could think about was how she would play table tennis again. The accident permanently injured Franz's right arm, leaving her unable to bend her wrist, which encouraged her to learn to play the sport with her left hand.
I couldn't even fathom waiting the 6 weeks to have the cast off. I just really wanted to start doing something.
Coincidentally, the neuroscientist has spent more than 20 years researching how to help people rehabilitate their brain-to-hand coordination. She says she's always questioned how people's brains can be reorganised to compensate for injuries. Now her first-hand experience has given her more understanding of an answer.
Every time we learn something, there is a brain change associated with it. And we can continue to learn really at any age, and our brains continue to change as we go. And I think that gives us all hope.
Franz is now competing in table tennis as a para-athlete and is hoping to gain more experience through competing in competitions throughout the year. In Dunedin, the South today.
The next stage of Dunedin's George Street upgrades have been brought forward after work in the Knox block was completed earlier than expected. Upgrades to the new Edinburgh Way next door to the Knox block will begin at the start of May, although the duration of work hasn't yet been revealed. The Dunedin City Council says pedestrian access and car parking will be made available while the work is carried out, allowing retailers and eateries there to remain open. The George Street Malls block between St Andrew and Hanover Streets remains on track to be completed around September. And the DCC says a final push to complete work in Great King Street will get underway this week. Gore District councillors have voted to begin an independent review into the dysfunction at the Southern Council with the aim of restoring confidence among the community.
It follows the leaking of minutes from a recent extraordinary meeting at the council, which revealed the extent of a breakdown in the relationship between Gore Mayor Ben Bell and Council Chief Executive Steve Parry. Deputy Mayor Keith Hovell made the notice of motion for an independent review, but noted a cloud of sadness and frustration hanging over him.
A dysfunctional relationship between the Mayor and Chief Executive is not sustainable, and the detailed content of a meeting that was closed to the public appearing in the papers has questioned our trust of the people around us. We as elected representatives must come to terms with that, and we will. And we'll do that responsibly, taking into account our legal and moral obligations.
The Mayor and CEO are reportedly no longer on speaking terms, with Parry claiming the council's been paralysed with making any progress over the last 6 months. Councillors voted to appoint an intermediary to act as a go-between for the two, along with removing Mayor Bell from the committee which appraises the Chief Executive's performance, a decision the Mayor disputed.
Can't actually do that. Under Section 41A5 of the Local Government Act 2002, it states that a mayor is a member of each committee of a territorial authority. So while I can be removed, I'm still technically a member of that committee.
Councillors have asked to have a written legal opinion on whether the Mayor could be removed from the Standing Committee, meaning the tense relationships are likely to continue. In Gore, the South Today.
Whai Akane, still to come on the South Today. Kiwi farmers get ready to dig deep at a national ploughing competition, and an iconic children's entertainer wows wild Dunedin crowds with her ways once again.
Steamrolled prices! There's 19% off recliner suites and lifted chairs, and a whopping 50% off all Oasis range beds. Plus, loads more great deals in stock.
My mate John.
Aero, used by Australia's top bowlers with their unique Z-scoop grip that redefines the game. Machined with robotics for unparalleled accuracy, Aero, same line, every time.
Garage Dunedin, delivering quality stylish garage doors in Dunedin for over 17 years. New doors, replacement doors and maintenance are all part of Garage quality service. Garage Dunedin offers a full range of modern quality doors to suit any home. Come visit the team.
Drive away your way with 3 incredible offers on the Honda CR-V Adventure Ready range. Choose from 2.9% finance with 0 deposit, third finance, or lease a new CR-V from just $136 per week. These offers are only available for a limited time, so be in quick. From Honda.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Tēnā koe, welcome back. Farmers from across New Zealand are training hard, ready to dig deep at a national ploughing competition.
Practice sessions for the New Zealand Ploughing Championships were underway on Tuesday afternoon in a Milton farm paddock. The contest attracts rural competitors from across the country, all keen to show off their ploughing skills. The aim is to plough the straightest row in a paddock to prepare the earth for seed growing. There were a range of different types of ploughs on show, including horse-drawn, tractor and old-school varieties.
If you're a vintage enthusiast, if you've got an old tractor and an old plough, it's good to get out and use them.
The National Champs is scheduled for Friday and Saturday, with competitors ready to plough their way to victory. In Milton, the South Today.
A popular children's entertainer is in Dunedin for the week, singing some songs about nature. Susie Cato is a special guest of the Wild Dunedin Festival and says she has fond memories of the kids' TV shows which used to be filmed in the city.
Singing simple songs as children's entertainer Susie Cato joins a large choir in the Tuhura Otago Museum atrium over the weekend. The pupils from primary schools across the city were singing songs with a nature theme as part of Wild Dunedin New Zealand Festival of Nature.
We have just had the most amazing time. The inaugural Wild Dunedin Choir performing here at the Otago Museum. Voices, about 250 voices here. Twice as many adults with all the parents and caregivers first thing this morning for the dress rehearsal, and then an amazing crowd with the public. It was just wonderful.
Cato's flown in especially for Wild Dunedin and is a regular special guest of the festival.
The amazing thing about the Wild Dunedin Festival is that it's growing each year, and it is growing with Dunedin. So there's so many hands-on activities, 120 I think this year, and they're for kids of all ages. But also they cover the academics, they cover the experts. You can come here and learn something new, or you can share.
Her Dunedin visit is also a reminder of her time spent here recording early childhood television show You and Me in Green Island in the 1990s. For many, it's the TV show Cato is most fondly remembered for.
I love coming back to Dunedin. So many special memories here of making You and Me. And so that song that I sang at the beginning, it's our time, kia ora, talofa, and everybody joining in, makes the hairs on the back of my neck stand up. Dunedin is a very beautiful place.
Cato is featured in a range of other events across Wild Dunedin, with the festival running until Sunday. In Dunedin, the South Today.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on the South Today. Dive crews are trying to salvage a sunken boat in the mudflats near Riverton, which was submerged during storms. A university professor has taught herself to play table tennis with her opposite hand after a serious arm injury. And Gore District councillors back an independent review as the relationship between Mayor Ben Bell and CEO Steve Parry breaks down. And now a look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT, and we welcome the editor Barry Stewart. Hello Barry.
Hi Hannah.
What can we expect in your
Well, drug dealing in central Otago captured the headlines today. It took a bit of a hit with the appearance in court of three men facing multiple charges involving meth, cannabis and firearms. So,
right.
University of Otago has announced some cuts to its science degrees. It's a story just out of the university today.
Okay.
A gold mining proposal in central Otago has taken a significant step forward. So that's at Miller's Flat. So we've had something on that before, and that they were doing testing and that, but now they're gearing up to go the full hog.
Okay.
And Central Otago is magnificent at this time of the year. I went to Queenstown at the weekend, and the autumn colours are spectacular. So our readers have submitted some photos.
Lovely.
And we've displayed them on a page tomorrow.
Oh, look forward to it. Yeah, the colours are gorgeous.
Yeah,
Thanks for sharing this evening, Barry.
You.
And time now for a look at the weather.
The South Today weather, proudly brought to you by MoleMap, the skin cancer detection specialists.
Looking at the situation, weak airflow over southern districts will mean changeable windy weather over the next few days, but little, if any, rain. Heading to the top of the South Island. Looking windy at times with showers and a high of 18 degrees in Nelson tomorrow. Over to the west coast, it's looking cloudy with light winds and a high of 16 in Greymouth. While Christchurch sits somewhere in the middle with 17 and a few spots of cloud. Travelling to South Canterbury and North Otago. Some cloud before afternoon nor'easterlies and highs of 16 degrees everywhere here tomorrow. That's Ashburton, Timaru and Oamaru. Heading westwards to the Central Lakes. Lovely light winds on what will be a warm 18-degree day for Wanaka, Queenstown and Alexandra with some high cloud. Heading further south, well, the risk of showers as we come over here next for Gore and Balclutha along with westerlies, and in the Catlins expect a partially windy and cloudy day, and all three spots will get up to highs of 15 degrees. And down to the deep south, cloudy with light winds as it drops to 10 overnight. Tomorrow's a fine one with sunny skies before increasing high cloud and late showers as the southwesterlies come through. The day's high will be 15. Friday brings another sunny day with cloud at times and westerlies with a cool high of 14 degrees. And finally heading to Dunedin. Fresh northerlies on what will be a cloudy night with a low of 10. Thursday's looking sunny first up before a windy and cloudy afternoon with 15 as the high. And Friday will be dry for Poppy Day. Expect cloud and nor'easterlies and a high of 16 degrees. And that's the news this Wednesday. For the latest news and videos from the southern region, head online to odt.co.nz. You can follow Channel 39 on YouTube to catch our news bulletins on demand. And you can now follow us on Facebook. Just search for the South Today NZ to see our favourite stories from around the regions. We'll see you again tomorrow. Ka kite o pōpō.
Public interest journalism funded through New Zealand On Air.
That's the sound of my mate John. He's steamrolled prices. There's 19% off recliner suites and lifter chairs, 24% off buffets and storage units, and a whopping 50% off all Oasis range beds. Plus, loads more great deals in stock ready to go, and you can pay it off over 30 months interest-free. John's steamrolled prices.
Where you get that furniture from? Stafford Street. And my mate John.
Every day the team at Gillian supports grieving families at their time of need. From answering your questions to organising a farewell that reflects the wishes of your loved one. We can help. Call Gillian's today. You're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer. You owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Living Well Disability Resource Centre, a not-for-profit charitable organisation and your one-stop shop for information and resources to help you retain independence. We offer a wide range of assistive products from jar openers to mobility scooters and provide assessments for Total Mobility, the half-price taxi scheme. Come and see the friendly team. You'll find us on the corner of George and Bath Streets, ground floor of Burns House.
Drama, competition, rivalry, marketing, numbers,
atmosphere,
power, fight, attack,
intuition,
love, hate, money,
cash,
millionaires,
fans,
and fans.
oh boy.